What's going on, everybody? It's Falchion with you once again, and once again, we're here for another episode of Borderless Gaming GSA. Tonight is kind of special. We're going to be watching Sony's State of Play that happened back on the 2nd. So, but before we get into that, with me, as usual, is Evil. Say what's up to the people, Evil.
Yo, everybody. Hope everybody's well. Hope you've had a fantastic week and looking forward to the show.
With us also is Geek.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope you feel welcome. Hope you find a home.
So, before we get started, I do want to couple of what's going on, Plink. Glad you could make it. Thank you for hanging out or coming to hang out. Sweetie Pie, hey, what's going on? Glad you could make it. I'm feeling
There's
pretty
J-Lo.
good. Hope you're feeling good. J-Law, what's going on, dude? Glad you can make it. This one should be special for you. I don't know if you saw the state of play this week or not, but yeah, we're doing it live. Well, live for us. Hey, Andrea, glad you can make it. Happy Sunday to you as well. Did want to let you guys know that next week we're going to be doing the Xbox showcase. It starts at 1:00, I believe. I have to double check that. My time, our time, mine and Geek's time. And so we're going to be doing that live as it happens. So we're starting the show early. It's going to be a 90-minute showcase, and then afterwards we'll discuss what we saw and see what everybody thinks. I'm glad to hear it, Tweety Pie. I'm so glad to hear it. J-Law says, Geek, you need a nice Philadelphia Eagles helmet on that shelf behind you.
No, sir. I'm a Giants fan.
Speaking of J-Law, let's get into his Today in Gaming History. Today in Gaming History, 31 years ago, Terminator 2 Judgment Day released on the Genesis. Evil, how old are you, if you don't mind my asking? You can say you don't want to say.
30, so nope.
Wow. Just wow. A year before. Wow. You know what? Get that off the screen. What? 30. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so man. Jeez. Okay. I just feel bad in my soul right now. What's going on, Keisha? Glad you can make it tonight. That's J Law says he's sorry to hear that, Geek. Yeah.
Yeah. We had a bad couple of years.
But yeah, so like I said, next week we're gonna do the Xbox One. It is on Sunday, so the day of the show. So we're gonna start the show early and yeah, just watch it all together. But tonight we're gonna watch the PlayStation State of Play together, and what we'll do is we'll play through the game, pause it, let's talk about what we see, and then we'll roll it like that if everybody's cool with it. So without further ado, hopefully I have this set up correctly. Let's get into it. Let me know if you guys can hear like all the audio and everything as well.
I don't hear anything.
You don't hear the sound at all? All right, let me so honestly, let me stop the screen right quick and then share. share system audio, right? Share the screen. Share. And what about now?
Yes, I hear
Okay,
it.
cool. Sorry about that, guys.
Gondor 1 to Roost. I've located Baby Eagle.
Guess you, me, picked the wrong spot to vacation, eh?
You will receive our most sacred body.
It begins now.
If I could just forget what happened that night. The pain. Even for a second. This time, it can be different. It has to.
State of Play return.
All right. Right off the bat, Resident Evil 4. J-Law says it's the most important game reveal and that he can't wait. Evil Geek, you guys into Resident Evil at all?
I remember Raccoon City. I played it.
What about you, Evil? You into Resident Evil?
I'd have to say it's a franchise that I wanted to get into, but I need to go back quite far to start playing this. So I don't want to like just jump in halfway through.
Right.
So it's always been it's one of the games I've never played, but it's one of the games on the list that I do want to go back and experience.
I like the more recent Resident Evils, but back then, like on 4, you couldn't. And this I don't get this whatsoever, but it annoys me to my core. You couldn't move and shoot at the same time, so I despise those games. To be honest with you. The more recent ones are really cool. Very much enjoy them. It is cool that there's going to be some aspects of it that's going to be in the new PSVR 2. And that actually might be worth investing in the game, or if they, I don't know if they've changed it so much that you'll be able to move and shoot now the way in Resident Evil in March, but if they do, that might be worth it to me. But if it's just the same, I mean, I can see that the graphics have been really updated, but if it's just the same, it's gonna have to be pretty much a pass for me, because it's just not fun to me to not be able to move and shoot. Like, I really don't understand. And J Law, maybe you can explain this in the comments. I don't understand why they made the game so back then so that you couldn't move and shoot at the same time. J Law says you can move and shoot in this one, in Resident Evil 4, the remake. You can move and shoot at the same time. You're sure? Because I know you can in the more recent games, and that's why I do enjoy the more recent games. But back then, Yes, and I understand it was on the PS1. I'm asking, are they sticking to their guns on that? Are they being true to the remake, to what it was before? And if so, why back then did they do that? Why did they do that? I don't get it. But J Law is pretty sure that. Well, he says he's 100% sure that um, that they're making it so that you can move and shoot, which means there's probably about a 50-50 chance that you can move and shoot in this remake. So we'll have to see when it comes out. It might be worth a buy, but if not, you can't move and shoot. It's just such a foolish thing. I don't get it. But let's let's keep going and see what else PlayStation has to offer.
And we've got some great PlayStation updates to share with you today. And thanks to Capcom for kicking it off with Resident Evil 4, coming to PS5 with PlayStation VR2 content also in development. Now let's get a sneak peek at 4 games in development for PlayStation VR2.
Now, let's take a look at him. Wow. Well, Ethan Winters. You escaped my little brother's idiot games, did you? Let's see how special you are.
Yes, Mother.
J-Law says the 2 and 3 remakes you can move and shoot, so that ups it a little bit for him.
What's up, Hori?
What's going on, Hori? Glad you could make it, bro. It's been a minute.
Man blood.
Oh, be careful what you wish for, Ethan Winters. What are you doing?
So that's a Resident Evil Village, or 8, however you want to say it. And that one is exciting to me. For one thing, it reminds me of Vader Immortal in VR, right? And the reason I say that is Lady Dimitrescu is she's a 9-foot tall vampire, and I remember in Vader Immortal going up against Vader and seeing him for the first time, and he is a 7-foot tall guy in the game, and just how intimidating that actually was, and how intimidating it was to play, to go up against him or what have you. So to have this 9-foot vampire just dogging you out through the map is crazy. Evil. I know you haven't been into the Resident Evils, but is this something that, because I know you just recently got into VR, is this something that piques your interest at all?
Yeah, there's quite a lot I've got my eyes on, and something like that is definitely a game that I'd enjoy. And putting it inside VR, yeah, it's got to be it's got to be freaky for a start.
Yeah, that is absolutely going to be crazy. What about you, Geek? I know you're looking for a PS5. Actually, J-Law might be able to help you with that. But are you interested in first the PSVR 2 at all?
I think I more want the Quest 2. if they're showing me games for PS VR 2, then I would try to get that. But there was rumors and then they stopped about the VR 3 having either one wire or being wireless
For the
and
PlayStation,
for the PlayStation.
the VR2 is one wire.
Okay, so then the VR 3 was rumored to be wireless, and then I stopped hearing anything. So I don't know. And when I try to search for VR3, nothing comes up. Like they made everybody take everything down.
Yeah, I mean, it would be weird for them to allow people to speculate on the VR3, seeing as how the VR2 isn't out yet, and we don't even have a release date for it. Speculations are it's going to be holidays this holiday season, but I guess that just depends on, once again, the chip shortages and everything and what they can get. Um, I'm definitely looking forward to the PSVR 2, but kind of like you said, this game, Resident Evil Village, is on all systems, so chances are that's going to be on a PC VR, and so the Quest and everything else will be able to, our Quest 2 and everything else will probably be running it as well. I don't think it's a PlayStation exclusive, because the game is not PlayStation exclusive. So, I mean, definitely looks cool though. Like I said, a 9-foot vampire coming after you, that will be crazy in VR. And so, yeah, hopefully we get to see that really soon. Let's crack on.
You, of all people, have the audacity to question me? You, who emerged from the putrid waters of the Bayou to plunder our righteous gain and cut our throats like a demon in the night. What have you done to ensure the future of this forsaken city? You, who have brought nothing but chaos. When death was swallowing this city whole, it was I who resurrected it. It was I who shined as a beacon of hope for all. The tower cries out for blood, and I vow to spill it. When the bells ring, the song they sing will be righteous. Welcome home, tourist.
So that's The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners 2. The first one is an amazing game in VR. I have it for my Quest, yeah. Evil. I mean, you actually once asked me what games I suggested, and I gave you a few, and that one actually slipped my mind. What do you think?
I do have my eyes on the first one. I actually nearly bought that last week. So it is on my list to try the first one. Huge Walking Dead fan when it first came out. I did slip off the series on the TV. Got a bit repetitive for me, but the games always interested me. I always thought there's so many people that tried to make a game on it. Like, you obviously had the Telltale Games series, which is quite good. But the more realistic, in-depth one, I think somebody did try it and release it, but I think it flopped. So, yeah, these always grab my interest, these. Especially when you've got to get hands-on and actually, get the job done yourself.
Yeah, and that's that's the great thing about it. They used some of the newer features of VR to where it simulates resistance and everything. So just like quickly stabbing a zombie in the head or something isn't just a quick stab. Like you really have to force the blade in. Um, that is simulated really well, and it's just crazy. Geek, are you a Walking Dead fan?
I've played it. Not a big fan. I never like hack and slash and button mashers.
Oh, and VR is definitely
And
not
and
that.
so this is why it might be something to check to revisit in VR.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. J Law, did you play? I think it was on the PlayStation as well, on PlayStation VR. Did you get a chance to play Saints and Sinners at all? No, probably not. You actually told me the other day that you haven't messed with your PlayStation VR in quite a bit, and it's a game that's maybe like a year or so old. So maybe you haven't played it. That's unfortunate. It's a super good game, really well made, and exciting. That is coming out. The second one is coming out on the PSVR 2, and yeah, hopefully, I mean, if it could be holidays, if it comes out this holiday season, I mean, it seems kind of fast, but and it seems kind of weird since it's so hard to get PS5s, but you know, J Law says no, it was a free game of the month, but he hadn't played it yet. Yeah, you might like that. I know you and your wife watched The Walking Dead a lot, and so that might be something that you guys would be interested in. I'm talking about the old one. I know you said that you're not looking into getting the new PSVR 2. So yeah, but Saints and Sinners 2, Saints and Sinners. If you guys haven't tried it, definitely one that I wouldn't sleep on. It was a really great game, really great game. No Man's Sky, guys. What can you say about this game? This game came out and probably was received about as poorly as you can receive a game, probably on par with Cyberpunk 2077. But um, these guys buckled down, put their head down, and just went after it and completely turned this game around. And everything that they did, right? All the DLC, there's been 19 since the game came out, and everything. Plank says he's playing it right now. I think he's literally playing it right this second. Um, I'm playing it as well. Not, of course, not at this second, but I think he's actually playing it right this second. Um, the lengths that they have gone through to make this game right for the fans, for gamers and everything. I cannot speak highly enough about it. Now, that's not what's coming out on the PSVR 2 is not anything new. It's not a new game or anything like No Man's Sky 2 or anything. It's the old game, the game that we're playing now. But highly recommended, even if you don't play it in VR. It's a great game, and they've done a lot with it. Evil, have you played it at all?
I was the unlucky few at the beginning when it first came out. They had a bad experience on it. I know they've came a long way since then, though I have kept an eye on it. And you know, kudos to the developer for listening to the community and turning that game round, because when you have a rocky launch like that, that's sometimes hard to come back from.
Right.
I do have it installed on my PC at this point. I just need to get back into it.
If you have it installed on your PC, fired up in your VR, man, that's an incredible game in VR too. Very fun game. Just all the things that you can do and just traversing worlds, right? A universe of worlds. It's kind of funny because Plink says he always knows when I'm in VR because of the way my arms are. Because your arms are always like this if you're in VR. I mean, you could hang them down, but it's weird. Like just as a person, I'm usually resting my arms on my legs, and so they're out like this in the game. But very fun game, very fun game. Um, yeah, and if you do play it at all, but if you do play it, let me and Plink know. Like we play together from time to time, and you know, the more the merrier. So, what about you, Geek? You ever play No Man's Sky?
No.
No,
And
never.
that's one of those games that I wanted to play, and I was always in the middle of like 2 or 3 other games, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna get back to that, and I never did.
That's unfortunate. That's probably the comeback game of the century, to be honest with you. Like, they really, from where they dropped the ball at launch, they really came back and scored pretty hard. Um, like I said, 19 DLCs, all free. The VR integration also free. Like if you paid for the game once, that was it. That's all you had to pay. Geek said, "You what? Need a sound effect for the death match because we've lost Keisha G and Shadow's PC Master
The
Race."
Death March.
Death March, my guy. There you go. I don't think I have that one. Give him. There you go.
Because they
Thanks.
refused to come back to console even for a minute.
I mean, I can understand it. It can be difficult. It can definitely be difficult, and there's definitely some things that I just can't go. I have a hard time going back racing. Evil will tell you loves to race, but it is difficult for me to race on a console now that I've been racing on PC. Playing says multiplayer experience is way better than it was before. Playing hates Star Citizen. Stop supporting Star Citizen and play an actual real game.
The last time I spoke to Keisha, she had her Xbox in the box. That's how much she abandoned it. She had no reason to take it out.
I can understand that. I mean, I can't blame her. PC is doing things, and yeah. What do you say? How do you combat that? If you have it, use it.
And now the big talk is PlayStation saying that by 2025 the majority of their games will be released on PC.
Yeah, I think they said about 50%. So and that's pretty huge, and that actually has a lot of I've watched some other people, some like really huge PlayStation fans watch this state of play, and man, these guys were livid just over what they announced in this, but we'll get to that in just a moment.
Wow, it's getting worse with Keisha. She says it's on the closet shelf.
She says she doesn't even want to see it.
I mean, at least mine was very close to going in the box. The only thing is keeping me there's F1.
I mean, Keisha, the least you could have done is put it on your dresser and use it to prop up pictures of your grandbabies.
Something. Right?
Wow, the closet shelf.
Wow.
She's like, get that out of here.
For real. She's done.
with the PlayStation.
I asked you a question. Everyone says Reyes is a good shot.
Yeah, and I'll put arrows through both of us. You're switching with me.
It's a snap maul. We're not gonna make it. Blameless Murad had me released from prison. But why? Redemption is still possible, Reyes. Climb the mountain. Find out why the machines are attacking.
Okay, Keisha.
Do that, and you shall be a free man. It will take all your wits, your skills, and courage. You have walked in the shadows, Reyes. Now it is time to climb into the light.
Hi, I'm Ben McCaw, Narrative Director at Guerrilla. I hope you enjoyed your first look at Horizon Call of the Mountain, coming exclusively to PlayStation VR 2. We're also happy to announce that a big update to Horizon Forbidden West, including New Game Plus, will be available to download on PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 today. For details on this free update, please check out PlayStation Blog. From all of us at Guerrilla, thank you for your continued support, and please stay tuned for more updates to come.
So, of all the games that are coming to PSVR 2, that is a game that I'm most excited for by far. Horizon, what is Call of the Mountain is, I mean, it being exclusive to the PlayStation is the big reason for that. Everything else so far, I'm pretty sure be able to play on my existing headsets. But yeah, Evil, what do you think?
I mean, I do like the Horizon games. I played the first one, not been able to dip into the second one, obviously. To me, this is where they're making big losses. That is really a game that you need to put on the PC as well to let all VR play it. I mean, here's the point. I have not seen a PlayStation 5 in stock in Europe for months. So how am I supposed to get into this game if I can't even get the console? How rare is the headset going to be?
Right.
So is this not the point where you should think about seriously looking at the PC a little bit more and use it? It's more money to develop the game. I just don't get the understanding behind it. Disappointing.
Well, know that the talk has been that PlayStation is paying a lot of money to try to get more consoles built and available. I mean, I feel like they have to with all of these games coming out, because that seems like a waste of R&D budget if I can't buy, I don't have a PS5 and I can't buy the VR2 and, you know, take advantage of these new games coming, especially when they said that no more games are going to be made for the PS4.
Yeah, so God of War Ragnarok is supposed to be the last PlayStation made game for the last gen consoles. That game expected to be released at the end of this year, and you know, the trend is, sudden. I mean, now, before, it was like pulling or like hen's teeth to find a PlayStation game anywhere outside of the PlayStation ecosystem. But like Geek said, 50% expected to be on 50% of PlayStation exclusive games expected to be on PC by 2025. Um, I don't know if this will be one of them, but I agree with you, Evil, that this definitely should be from a financial standpoint. From if you're looking at it from the standpoint of a system seller, yeah, I could see, I can understand the exclusivity in that. This is definitely going to sell um, headsets if they have them to sell, and that's the big question. Are they going to have them to sell? Because because you said that you heard that PlayStation is going to start paying a lot of money to have more chips made, or to have more PS5s made, and we heard that Xbox has already done that, and that's why it's much easier to find an Xbox in a while now, is because they paid for a chip priority or what have you. I know PlayStation is paying to have a new factory, a new chip factory built, but that won't be completed until like 2027, I believe they said. So, um, yeah, I don't know. But Geek, like I said, J Law told me last night that actually your boy Six is selling PS5s. Look at that smile slowly roll. Knowing good and well that Six is your Marlin. But let's move on.
Get ready. A PlayStation fan favorite is coming to PC.
These past few years, sacrificing so much and asking for nothing.
If you want to change the world, you have to be the kind of man who can make the hardest decisions.
Do you really need two of those?
You are everything that's wrong with this city!
I'm gonna go,
Do your thing.
You can't just push people around like that.
Just ask for help next time.
Time to bring back the glory days!
Did you just leave your clothes on the kitchen floor?
Is that... Oh, that's a different game. Sorry about that. How's it going, Molo? Glad you can make it to the stream. So we were just talking about it. There you go. Spider-Man moving to PC and moving to PC in August. Geek, what are your thoughts?
Because of everything we talked about last week about the fidelity of PC compared to console. As good as Spider-Man looks on console, I'm motivated to go the better route to PC. I already have the PC. We just talked about, as you have it up on the screen, how bad do I want the PS5? Am I willing to talk to Six because I want it that bad? So I could get this game on PC and no harm, no foul.
I mean, that's good now, but what about
So you don't still have it now, Malo? Because Malo says They had a PS5
No.
once.
Yes. I can I tell the story, Molo? Can I tell the story? Hori, can I tell the story? I won't delve into your private lives unless you give me permission. But yes, she once had a PS5 and she's like super, super, super cool person. And there you go. That's why she doesn't have a PS5.
Well, in that case, if we're talking about that, Hori, then Falchion knows my story why I don't have a PS5.
That's true. He gave his PS5.
Didn't give. I let him
buy his PS5.
Right.
To his son. So
Dad of the Year candidate.
So yeah, Molo hooked Hori up with she had a this girl, this woman, she had a brand new PS5 in the box that she had from like release date, and she was playing one of the Souls games on the PS4, so she didn't want to stop that, so she hadn't opened her PS5 yet, and she hooked Hori up with it. Like that's dope. Like
that's awesome.
And she's a sweet girl too. Like we met a few months ago when I was out in Arizona. So hey, I'm glad you can make it to the show. I don't think you've ever been here before, so that's super cool. Thank you. Really appreciate it. But yeah, she said she got swindled. Oh my goodness. You guys haven't been able to find another one yet, Hori Molo? Have you guys even been looking for them? I don't know. I guess it's just so hard to get them these days, and that's really unfortunate because I know there are just a ton of people that want them, and just so very difficult to find. But this next game is for J Law. I know he's looking forward to this because it's just what he really likes to play.
It's what I'm thinking it is. I'm actually looking forward to it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Really? J Law is looking to play Stray?
Yeah. He liked that shark game a whole lot. Like, he was really into that shark game. I can't remember what it's called.
Didn't 6 have a cat? One of those what is it? F-50 cats?
Yeah, I don't
Explore a
know
mysterious
what it
cyber
was called,
city
but
in
yeah, he has
Stray,
some
coming
like
to
super
PS5
special
and
cat.
PS4 July 19th. PlayStation Plus Extra members and higher can download Stray at no extra cost when it launches next month. Up next, 3 games that will get your heart racing.
So that's pretty huge, that announcement there. Not only is Stray coming next month, but it's going to be day and date on the PS5 Premium and Extra tiers for PS Plus. Now, understand, I know a lot of people were like, PlayStation lied. They said they weren't having day and date games. No, they didn't lie. This is not a day and date a game made by PlayStation. This is a third-party game, and they said that none of their first-party games were going to be day and date. But it's cool that they did it. Where he says his daughter is going to love that game. I bet she's super into animals, anyways. Yeah, you probably just lost your PS5 now that I think about it, Corey. You're gonna have to give it up. Evil, you said you were looking forward to this game?
Yeah, this one came across my radar quite a while ago, because it has actually been delayed as well. I've had it on my Steam wish list on PC for such a long time. I don't know, something just grabbed me the first time I seen this game. It looks like it's full of mystery and looks like there might be a good story behind it to unravel.
It definitely seems to be an interesting story. You play as a cat who exists in a world that's only populated by robots, and that's about all I know about it, to be honest with you. But I can definitely see now that he mentioned it, Hori's daughter is just gonna go crazy over it.
It was
so
an
many questions on
F5
it.
Savannah cat.
Right.
Sorry, Evil.
There's so many questions on the game, just things in the trailer that you see, like, is there a reason the world's populated by robots? And
Right.
why are they scared of a stray cat?
Right.
Well, we
CJ
just
Law, you're
thought
gonna
about
love
fish.
that game. What about you, Geek? Any interested in it?
I'm not a cat person.
Oh, dang, we might have to time Geek out.
Not even mad. Not even mad.
All right,
not a conversation for me at all.
But yeah, it looks like an interesting game. Next month they said, and like they said, it's gonna be on the free to those that have the plus or premium or extra tiers of PlayStation Plus. So let me know in the comments if you guys are interested in any of those extra tiers of PlayStation Plus. We will hook up the next video.
Take a look outside. Did you know that they call Callisto the Dead Moon? Dead. Just like you would have been if I hadn't fished you out of that wreck. So whatever you're holding on to right there, that's your old life. You gotta let that go. Because your new life is entirely in my hands. I'm just trying to give you a chance at rebirth. I just love that last part. Gives me chills every time.
Geek, you had a little smile through that one.
It's a game. I like sci-fi. So
for those of you that don't know, that's made by the makers of wow, it just slipped my mind just like that. Dead Space, the Dead Space series, and it's being called the spiritual successor to that game. Have you ever played Dead Space, Geek?
Yes.
Yeah. So, what about you, Evil?
Yeah, I think back in the day, yeah.
J Law says this game reminds him of Prey. I can see that. I can definitely see that. I think you said you actually enjoyed that game, right, J Law? This is a game that I'm looking forward to for sure. I don't know if it's exclusive to PlayStation. I didn't see any. I only saw PlayStation and PlayStation 4 badging on it though, so it may be. But yeah, that game looked really good to me. What about you, Evil? Any interested in that one?
If it comes to PC, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
It's one of those things there's nothing making me want to go and hunt high and low across Europe to buy one of these consoles yet.
Right.
When just move your ecosystem to join the PC.
Gotcha. Hori, Molo, what about you guys? That look interesting to you at all? What about you, Geek? Like you said, you're into sci-fi. I know you're looking for a PS5.
Let's solve the first problem, and then we can work on the second.
Gotcha.
That game is coming to Xbox, PlayStation, and PC.
Well, then there you go, Geek. Conversation just changed a little bit. Are you interested in that game?
PC, sure.
And it's on the Unreal 5 engine as well, which is quite nice.
Very nice, very nice. Mola says she's definitely looking forward to it. That's awesome. Hopefully we'll be able to play that together. If it's a multiplayer, I don't know if it is though. But
I'm with Hori. I'm not too hyped, but it looks like if it came in the premium subscription, I'd definitely give it a play.
Gotcha.
Even if it was as a demo.
Yeah.
I would give it a play first and then, decide if I wanted to continue.
Well, so for the premium edition or subscription of PlayStation Plus, you do get all their games that are above a certain price point. I think it's like $35. Anything above $35 coming to the PlayStation from now on will have a demo attached to it that you can play for at least 2 hours. So there you go.
Come on, show what J Law said. There you go.
Yeah.
No comment.
Yeah, he's definitely not doing that.
No, whoa. I don't hate the guy.
No, I'm not. It has nothing to do with him. I mean, are you paying scalper prices?
Oh, see, now that's a whole. You know my stance on that. I will not give a penny extra. I'll wait.
There you go. So
I'll find out when Evan has to go to work, and I'll borrow his.
Borrow, right?
Yeah, because he'll show up at my door. All right, time's up.
In the year 2030, a new blood sport grips the globe. And in the arena, there will only be the victorious and the dead. The world is watching in Roller Drone.
I like Dead Space a lot. Actually, I just picked it up because on Epic, on the Epic Game Store, all 3 Dead Space games are free. So yeah, I like Dead Space a lot. But what do you think? What do you guys think about that one? It kind of reminds me. It makes me think about to my childhood. Actually, Hori. Um, what was that movie with Rutger Hauer? And I don't remember, but Hori made up a game based off of this movie where we were running around the naval base beating each other with sticks, and it was a lot of fun. And it reminds me of that. What do you guys think about that one? Oh, Mirror's Edge. Yeah, it does remind me of that. Especially kind of the art style.
I don't think it's going to be on my list anyway. Just leave that there.
Geek.
It doesn't even make it on my radar.
God,
I was watching the trailer thinking that's 30 seconds of my life I'll never get back.
Wow, that bad, really? It's wow, that bad? Seriously? All right. Well, doesn't remember the movie either. Yeah, that was in like the 80s or something. So yeah, Evil wasn't even born yet. Jeez. Let's just move on because I feel bad.
Yeah.
Sometimes I wonder if things will ever be normal again.
Blade Runner?
No.
The world hasn't ended yet. It's not hopeless. I won't let anyone else get hurt! Don't you want science in your corner? Oh, ew! I'm going to miss them.
I look forward to seeing what you can do.
So Eternites, guys, what are we thinking on this one? Geek.
That triggered my paternal hearing. I just changed the channel.
Not Rollerball either. It's not that movie either. I cannot remember the name of that stupid movie. What about you, Evil?
Nah, just looks like a typical button mash game and doesn't cloak my interest whatsoever.
I'm a big fan of anime, and so the art style captures me for sure. But looking at the controls, like push R1 to hold hands, kind of struck me as odd. Like, is this a dating game or something with some maybe some horror vibes or something going on? I'm not sure. Definitely strange. I gotta remember the name of that movie. We'll go. We're running long. I'm sorry. We'll keep going.
Action games and dating sims collide in Eternites, coming to PS5 and PS4 next year. Let's check back in with Capcom for a new look at an upcoming heavy hitter.
When you go looking for strength, it's not like a game. This journey doesn't have a real ending. Okay then, hope you're ready to begin. If you want to start off on the right foot in this city, hit the streets.
Yeah, hey, there I do this. Never fear lose. And when I get up in the game, y'all be improved. A real problem, but I solve them on Facebook. And if you think I'm gon' fold, then you talking fool. Yeah, y'all wanna win, let me spin, boy. I done society, I'm super fly like I'm hanging off the rim, boy. I've been winning for my kinfolk, and I put on for my city from the intro. Fight! It started from the ground up, training getting wound up, channeling the inner self and moving up and down, crossing over past the bound, for the time to count and keep score. Years I never thought it was before. When I get out on my knees, I got it digging it deep. I feel like I'm on the left, really got me out. That's how it's the way, no, good, fine, and do this again.
The top player is here. Let me have some fun.
Ready? Then show me.
This will be a good fight.
If you wanna come and stand up to me, pull up on me now. If you want to challenge to me, what you wanna go me now? I'm on the road to the top and I'm not looking back. I'm on the road to the top and I'm not looking back.
This is our destiny. My secret art. Show you can.
Street Fighter 6.
So I know Hori's looking forward to that. No doubt in my mind. I would think J Law would be looking forward to that, but I don't know. I don't get things right with him all the time. Geek, you a fighter?
I like Street Fighter, but then I prefer Tekken.
I can't argue with that. What about you, Evil?
There's Lady A.
What's going on, Lady A?
I think Geek just took the words right out of my mouth. What I was about to say.
Yeah, yeah.
Played it, but I'll lean much more towards Tekken.
I actually prefer Tekken myself, to be honest with you, but I do like Street Fighter as well. Probably almost equally, to be honest with you. Street Fighter was not the first fighting game that I ever played, of course, but it's pretty close. Been playing that since we were kids. Wow, J Law says no, he's not a Street Fighter fan.
I don't believe him. I think he's just saying that to troll you, just to be
No.
opposite of what you say.
No, I don't know. Honestly, I know the Street Fighter thing was a guess based on how much he likes Mortal Kombat. So he might not like
okay.
it. So yeah, that I was just going off based on that. Just chilling, watching Stranger Things. Hey, there you go. I started watching Stranger Things and couldn't stop. It's kind of funny. But yeah, glad you could make it. Thanks for taking the time to come hang out with us on this PlayStation. You're still playing the PlayStation, right? Or did you move fully to PC as well? I haven't talked to you in so long. Yeah, see, Mortal Kombat is way better, according to J-Law. But yeah, a lot of interesting things in that trailer. It looks like you're going to be able to navigate like the world, going around looking for fights and everything. So a very different game. I'm actually kind of interested in it. I'm not a big fire game person, but I like them, so that might be one that I check out. Lady A says still on PC. Wow, we're just losing everybody to the PC. Yeah, we're running long, so let me go on before Geek's head explodes.
Street Fighter 6 gameplay. Mark your calendars. It comes to PS5 and PS4 in 2023. Now it's time for 2 indie adventures arriving later this year.
Corey, that's how I feel about Tekken. You have to have more skill in Tekken.
Shots fired. I could see you getting your Street Fighter on, lady. I could see that. Tunic, not really much to say about that. If you wanted to play it, you can play it on PC or Xbox right now, to be honest with you. So let's just keep going.
She set out to record life at the end of this season, to make it real for people in the future. She asked us about living together.
Yeah, Blink, I agree with you on that.
When the season turns, what will remain?
Only what she saw, what she captured.
She carries the sounds of the season with her. The way she listened made you want to tell her everything.
I got to look in her journal. The world was telling her its secrets. I think she even figured out what will happen to us when the season ends. Is it going? Is it gone?
Not yet.
So there you go. Season. What do you guys think? I already know, but what do you guys think? Go ahead, Geek.
Not on my radar.
Evil.
It's way off my radar. I don't think there's been a radar built to catch how far off that is.
Yeah, actually, that one looks pretty cool to me. I'm finding myself in my old age now. You know, I'm feeling like my back hurts and everything. That I like those kind of chill graphic novel games. So I'm actually looking forward to checking that one out. But we got one more game to go, and I know we're gonna have a few people interested in this game. So let's dive in.
世界中のゲーマーの皆さんこんにちは。ファイナルファンタジー16プロデューサーの吉田です。長らくお待たせいたしましたが、いよいよファイナルファンタジー16の最新情報をお届けする日がやってまいりました。最新のトレーラーとともにインタビューなども始まりますので、ぜひそちらも楽しみにお待ちください。今、世界には本当に様々な困難があります。僕らゲーム開発者にはゲームを一生懸命作るということしかできません。 ゲームというエンターテインメントを通じて、ゲーマーの皆さんが心の底から楽しめる時間を提供していきたいと思ってます。それでは最新のトレーラーをどうぞ。
Who are we? What are the dominants? The power we wield. It wears away at our very being. It breaks us. It unmakes us. That its immaculate aspect might reveal itself. The icon.
There's going to be another war, isn't there?
Every day we delay brings us closer to disaster. We must move now.
The chaos he would wreak would sweep all of Valisthea into the abyss.
I unite the dominants, that we may bring an end to the strife, and found a new order to see us unto tomorrow. If I take the field, our duel will shake the island to its foundations.
There will be losses, it is true. Yet for every victim who falls, another can be bred. For every home that burns, another can be built. The Empire will live on.
Awaken, child of fate. Awaken, if breathed.
So,
And that's a wrap. Don't
Are
forget
we-
to visit PlayStation blog to learn even.
are we Final Fantasy fans, guys? You two? Because you guys shut down a whole bunch of games.
I never got into the Final Fantasy franchise.
Oh my goodness.
I think in life, total maybe 15 minutes, I played Final Fantasy.
Evil.
Yeah, I'm the same. I could not get into those games. Just, I don't know. For some reason, I just can't understand them. Tried it many times and just no.
Wow. And Lady A pretty much your answer is that let me translate for you. She slums sometimes. Hori says, damn, where's the Last of Us 2 factions? That's all you really wanted to know about. This state of play was only supposed to be about third-party titles and PSVR.
Wait. I need to stop everything. Me and J-Law agree. Mark your calendars, people.
Okay. Lady A said she wants to play the newest Final Fantasy. And what did J-Law say? I'm with you. What? Guys, what? Thumbs down. Really? Okay. I'm surprised at you. Wow. I wouldn't have expected that from you, J-Law. I thought you would be into it for sure. He says there was a time when he saw Lady A. that he would be bet on being on the PS5, but not so much now. Yeah. Lady A says hi to Hori. Yeah, you guys haven't played together well, Hori hasn't been around in a bit. Haven't seen him in a bit. What was I thinking? Yeah, so overall thoughts. Hori said that he was really looking forward to seeing some stuff about the Last of Us 2 factions. And they still haven't announced anything about that at all. And from what I'm hearing, they're not expecting to have another showcase until like September or something, unless something drastically changes. But that being said, going through, with Summer Games Fest coming up this coming week and everything, you might see something there. I know PlayStation is supposed to have a presence, and so I could actually see them announcing something there. But this one was just supposed to be small and mainly focused on, although it really wasn't if you think about it. It was supposed to mainly be focused on PSVR 2, announcing everything there. What do you guys think about the showcase? Apparently, there's nothing in this that made either of you want to go out and get a PS5.
Nothing at all.
Not in this, but there are other games that I'm looking forward to that just wasn't in this announcement that still make me want to get a PS5.
Such as
the talk of Ghost of Tsushima 2, Horizon Forbidden West. I mean, I can play Forbidden Dawn on the 4. I could also play on the Forbidden West on the 4, but
yeah, that's true.
I'd prefer to wait for the 5. And since it's a single player game, I'm not looking for other people to play with. So I would prefer to play through Zero Dawn first. And then hopefully by then I can get a PS5 and then go through Forbidden West.
Gotcha. Jay Law says it was a subpar showcase. Wow. As big a Sony fan as he is, I'm kind of surprised.
I'm surprised.
I know a lot of fans were saying this is the best showcase that they've had in many, many years. And if that's the case, and Jay Law is saying it's subpar, that really doesn't speak too well for it. Yeah, there are a couple games that I'm really looking forward to, mostly surrounding the PS VR 2. Unfortunately, that Final Fantasy looked good to me. I'm actually interested in that. And then that what is it, Callisto? Or I think I'm interested in that, but I guess that's just going to depend on how much room I have on my PlayStation. If I can play it in other places that that I can easily fit it. So, but yeah, a little lackluster. I don't know if I'd go as far as to say subpar, but
it's more disappointing that they never released any more information on the unit itself. Like even just some kind of window that we're expecting to see it or even hear more about it. You're throwing these games at us for the unit, but people want us to know when the actual thing's coming.
Yeah, but if that's an answer they don't have, what are they supposed to tell you?
Yeah, but then why show games off for it? Like if they don't know when they're about to push this out, then you could always interest by pushing things out far too quickly.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm with you on that, Evil. Like, we get shown games these days, games and equipment and everything, in my opinion, way too soon. Like I really don't want to see something that sweet spot for me is 6 months. If it's coming out within 6 months, yeah, I want to hear about it. I want to be hyped about it and everything. But anything longer than that, just I find these days is kind of annoying, and everybody's doing that, man. Everybody's saying, this game is coming out in 2025. Like, I don't want to know about a game that's coming out in 2025. I want to know about a game that's coming out tomorrow. Like, for real. I guess I'm just impatient nowadays. But
I kind of agree with you. Like, I don't want to look that far ahead. It's nice sometimes, especially right now, because I'm going, well, hopefully by then, I can get a PS5.
by
But
2025? No, probably not. No, I'm just playing.
But other than that, like, I'm kind of impatient. Like, tell me that within the next 6 months, matter of fact, let's go between now and Christmas, right? Okay. But anything once you go over to New Year's, past New Year's, it's kind of like out of sight, out of mind for me.
Right.
Like, what's the game that switched to Unreal Engine 5 and now they pushed it to March of 2023?
The day before?
Yeah. So now
the game that you were most hype about, you couldn't remember the name?
And this is exactly what I'm saying. Once you pushed it that far out, I put it out of my head. That's like trivia.
Wow.
I don't want to know that.
Wow. Well, I will accept that one as an exception because the reason it got pushed back, as we are led to believe, is because they're switching to Unreal Engine, and so that they're having to remake it. That's pretty unfortunate because that really looks like a good game. Like, I really want just all of you guys to be into that one, and just all of us running around what looks like a post-apocalyptic New York or what have you.
I was really looking forward to it, to the point where that's one of those games that I put my hopes that we're going to get the band back together. Hori, GSA members, but then when you push it that far off, I'm like, all right, when we get closer, we'll come back and revisit that.
Yeah.
Because now I'm feeling like, what's that game that Plank says that they keep talking about that never comes out? It's like vaporware.
Star Citizen.
That's how I feel about when you push a game off to next year. I'm like, okay, well, especially you're switching the engine. I'm like, oh, there's going to be other delays. And I'm like, so then I just put it out of my head.
Yeah, it started off pretty strong, Lady A, like Resident Evil 4 remake. Looks good. It looks really great. And then J-Law let us know that you'll be able to move and shoot, which was my biggest pet peeve about the early Resident Evil games. And they showed a bunch of PSVR 2 games, that are specifically being made for the PSVR 2. Most of which you'll actually be able to play on other VR headsets, but that Horizon Call of the Mountain looks really good to me. I'm really looking forward to that. If, like you said, though, that's going to be dependent on if I can find a PSVR 2 headset. Usually kind of lucky about finding systems when they first come out because I'm willing to wait in line for days at a physical store. But who knows this time. Yeah, hopefully this coming week we'll see a lot of other things from PlayStation at Summer Game Fest. Again, guys, next week we're going to be watching the State of Play, or not the State of Play. Watch my mouth, huh?
The Xbox Showcase.
The Xbox Showcase. Next Sunday at 1:00 Eastern. When does what release, Hori? Are you asking about Resident Evil 4 remake. If you are, it's March the 24th next year, 2023. So
5th of February, you ask me.
really, that's where you're gonna go with it right now. But PSVR 2, they didn't announce a release date. So I think they're in a position, like the fellow said, that they really can't announce it because I don't know if they're in a position. See, if they're not in a position to make enough PS5s to get one in everybody's hands, I don't see how they're in a position to make enough PSVR 2s to get into people's hands. And what's going to happen, what I could foresee happening, is a bunch of people that don't have a PS5 getting the PSVR 2 to scalp them because, that's the world we live in, right? Yeah. So, yeah. I kind of agree with you, J Law. Kind of lackluster. I don't know. Subpar is kind of harsh. It was an information dump, right? And that's all I guess I really expected of it. But and they did announce a lot of things that are coming out. Well, not a lot of things, but a few things that are coming out soon or soonish this year at least. So that's always good.
I thought that was good. And it did make me go, man, I want a PS5. It keeps my hopes up. But so in that, the showcase was decent. Yeah, like you said, subpar is kind of harsh. Those first few games were really exciting, and then it started circling the bowl. At least for me, it went downhill. Like the last few games, I just really wasn't interested in. And then the ones that I am interested in, they didn't talk about at all.
Right. It just hit me, Hori, that you ask about the PSVR 2. Are you interested in that? That kind of surprises me if you are. I didn't think you were really into the whole VR thing. I know you have VR, of course I know that, but I didn't think you were that into it.
Who can know you and not be into VR games as much as you advocate for it?
I mean, some people just don't like it. I'm not one of those people, but like J Law, for instance, he has PSVR, but he's not interested. From what we spoke about the other day, he's not interested in the PSVR 2 at all. Lady A says she's not into horror games, so I guess both the Resident Evils wouldn't be interesting. Saints and Sinners 2 wouldn't be interesting to you. Horizon will probably be the only, or I don't know. Do you like space games? Just a little. VR just isn't my. Yeah, see, that's what I thought. I know you have a headset, but
I'm kind of surprised.
I've seen you play it a couple of times, but that's maybe it.
I'm kind of surprised that wouldn't be Hori's thing. I remember a conversation we had about paintball with that M4.
MP5.
Huh?
His MP5. I know what you're talking about.
The MP5. And then we talked about that. And now here's a way that you could play with those weapons in games.
Well, see, I kind of get it though, because where Hori lives, it's probably just as easy to do the things in real life. I mean, like he can go out and shoot. I mean, he can literally leave his house, drive down the road a little bit, and shoot out in the wild or whatever. Or he can get up with his boys and play paintball, and that's what he does. I mean, he's a very outdoorsy type of guy. That he hikes mountains with his family. He Lady A says she's not into it either.
Yeah, but 2 a.m. when that caffeine kicks in and you had one too many cups of coffee that day, you can just turn on your PlayStation that Molo gave you.
That's what he does.
I'm
He rocks
salty.
out his PlayStation
I'm
5.
salty. And so he turns on his PS5 and you can get it in. And pretty good chance that you'll catch Falchion somewhere.
Yeah, I actually really do like VR. Like I could all but exist in there.
See, that's what I told Falchion, Hori, was that there's been one or two games that look really exciting, but not enough to tell me to take VR seriously.
And like I don't know,
And
like the shooters in there are just crazy. I know Hori's nephew, Hori's sister was telling me, no, his brother-in-law, I think actually it was telling me that their son is really, really interested in VR for some of the shooters, and the shooters are just crazy in there. And I know you said that some of the shooters interest you, and then just like some of the other things, like Evil earlier today was streaming. Something as simple as driving a big rig truck, and the realism of it. Like I couldn't figure out how to get it to work for myself. I had it working one time, drove around for a little bit, and then it never worked again. And then Evil got his, and he was like, "Oh, you just need to do this." And then I did it, and it just works now. And just so like being in that big rig, right? And I mean, if it's not your thing, it's not your thing. Like driving a truck, but like experiencing life through VR that I couldn't experience in life is just really appealing to me.
they're going through too many iterations of VR. We went from the Quest 2, VR 1. The improvements in VR 2 are massive. And now I'm waiting for the dust to settle on the one that they really rally around. Like, this is the one that's arrived where we needed to be to do the things that we needed to do. And then, give me the belief that there's going to be 3 to 5 years with this unit. And now I'm more willing to jump in. But right now, like I just said, there was talk of a VR3, a PS VR3. And so I don't know that we're there yet, because I'm going to be pissed. I buy one today, and then 2 weeks they say, "Oh, and the new," like, son of a Rissa fracking.
Dude, that literally is what happened to me. The technology for VR is moving that fast, and I don't think it's going to settle down anytime soon. But literally, like Andrew will tell you that literally, I got my first real VR headset, right? Then 2 weeks later, they announced the Quest and the Rift S. So I think we got the Quest, but we couldn't hook the Quest up to the PC, so we got the Rift S, right? And then, like half a year later, the Quest 2 came out. We got that. So, I mean, yeah, the technology is moving fast, and it's improving by leaps and bounds. But, there's a template that they can follow, right? That is fiction, right? But they're finding they can make it real, and that's the movie Ready Player One.
But then HoloLens didn't even come out yet. And I had high expectations for that.
But that's just it. Like, HoloLens didn't come out, but these VR headsets are coming out, and every time they're an improvement, and a huge one at that.
And to my belief is that's why they tabled HoloLens, because there's already levels of improvement where HoloLens was supposed to come out for the Series X. And now with them talking about, what is it, the XD, that new console that they spoke of.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe
That's
did they halt it because with the advent of these new chipsets, it'll get them to a place where they can do better?
J-Law says, Geek, that's how he feels about buying a PS Pro, just to let you know.
Yeah, and I agree with him. Is like, we can't get our hands on a PS5. One, why would I want to now go out for a PS Pro when everything seems like vaporware now? Yeah, am I really going to be able to get my hands on it? Like, now I'm questioning everything. What do I look forward to that I was going to say that I can't already do? I can't get on the PS5. So there's already limitations. Now you got to prove to me that it's going to be possible to get over or before the scalpers.
I mean, as far as the PS4 Pro goes, I don't think you're going to see a PS4 Pro this generation. It's just too hard to get the normal PS5s out. Now, I don't get me wrong. I think you'll see a slim, a slim down model of what we already have as far as a PlayStation goes, but not a PS5 Pro, not a leap in technology.
Okay, the tech guy in me says different. PlayStation is putting all of this money to help build a new fabrication plant so that they can get chips. So what are you going to do? You're going to put together a brand new plant to build the old system? That doesn't even make sense to me.
No, a brand new plant, right? That's not going to be online until at least 2027, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's PS6 time.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. What's the lifespan of what's a console lifespan? 7 years?
They were talking, they want this lifespan to be 10 years.
No, that's not going to happen. I don't think that's going to happen.
They're already behind. They don't have the systems out there, so they can't sell the number of games that they possibly could.
Right. So why would they drop a whole new system of this generation on even if they do make it last till even if they do make this generation last 10 years, then it's only going to be 2, maybe 3 years by the time that plant is up and running, right? And then not only does that plant have to be up and running, but then they got to make all these chips.
I'm a tech guy. So let's look at technology, right? 2027, the new plant. And now they can extend the life by giving people, they fabricated this new system that can now touch 8K. And now they can sell those 8K TVs. And because by then the price would have come down on 8K TVs into the realm of possibility. And now you've added the fidelity to it that you're rivaling consoles. Because the talk is already, is the Series X a streaming PC? I mean, a gaming PC? And so you add that next version, Pro Plus, whatever. What does that give you? that you don't have. And they want you to invest in that 8K TV. The TV manufacturers are gonna capitulate to the console makers. Hey, if you guys can do this and push this, we'll help you with chips. Samsung makes chips. And so I see it as a thing and a movement that helps everybody and everything. And from my mouth to God's ear, hopefully we get out of this pandemic life and we can actually be looking at starting to get devices, and on both levels, chip manufacturing and supply chain, because we need all of that to come back.
I mean, I'm not a tech guy. That's why you're on the show. But it doesn't seem logical to me.
I'm looking for Plank to interject here.
Right. It doesn't seem logical to me to wait till almost the end of the console's lifespan and then make a mid-generation change for a couple of years before you drop the PS6. And if you're talking about 8K, that's PS6 stuff, right? You're talking about all this new stuff that'll be ready by then. All of that is PS6 stuff. All that sells a brand new generation. That starts a whole new generation. And remember, too, they're going to have to keep up with Xbox.
There's a whole lot of R&D cost for the development of these games that they haven't been able to sell. I just told you I didn't buy Horizon Forbidden West because I want that on the PS5.
Mm-hmm.
There are games, and now all the new games that they're talking about beyond God of War will only be for the PS5, and then they're moving into PC territory. We're talking about Sony. And then they're moving into PC territory. How is that? That's why I refuse to buy a 1440p monitor, because I'd rather get an ultra wide 4K rather than a 2K monitor. So there are lots of money that's left on the table as far as the R&D costs for these games that they haven't been able to sell. Horizon sold 60 million, I believe, dollars, not copies. And I have to look that up. Disclaimer, I want to be certain about that. Could you imagine what it would have sold if more people could have got the console?
I have no doubt of that, and in the end, I have to relent to you because I'm not a tech guy. I play video games. I don't know the technical side of things. But to me, it just seems more logical that come 2027, instead of thinking about a PS5 anything, it's time to start looking towards the PS6 at that time.
Again, if people are just then getting the PS5,
then why would they want a Pro? Why wouldn't they just want the next generation?
Right now, because they're talking about the Pro.
But they're not talking about the Pro.
They did.
Fanboys are talking. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say. Hyper fans are talking about the Pro, but Sony's not talking about the Pro at all. Sony hasn't mentioned the Pro whatsoever.
There is what you do, what you don't say, to not anger the people who did buy from scalpers.
Why would you care about that? Why would you care about angering people that bought from scalpers?
The people that spent $1,000, $1,500, you surely want to worry about them, because if they are pissed, they don't want to put money into your system because you're going to change on them too fast.
That was something. No, not too. That's just it, man. It's not too fast. We're talking about many, many years down the road, right? We're talking about beyond. We're talking about at least until 2028, right? These consoles are already almost 2 years old. 10 years.
I don't have the latest statistics on Sony's sale numbers. There are a lot of people who can't get it. So much so that Xbox has outsold the PlayStation. That's huge. In Japan. Huge. And so now I still want me as a co-host to Borderless Gaming. So we want to play everywhere, and I can't get a PS5. And when I finally do get one, you jumped past the Pro and went to the PS6, I feel slapped in my face.
You want there to be like that hasn't annoyed you all this time? Like all this time.
No, I don't want the Pro, right? But I don't want, if you're going to give me something, if you're going to put out a Pro and I can still play with you and Lady A and my son that has a PS5, we're good. You give me a PS6 and start telling me that you can't play a game that you made me pay $70 for, and now you want me to pay $75 to play on a PS6. I'm gonna start hating on Sony like you wouldn't believe.
Just move the Xbox with backwards compatibility. Problem solved.
But is that something that they do? Look at what they did.
I mean, you can get premium.
Look at what they're doing. You got to pay the extra money to get a PS5 version of a game. Sony is looking for ways to nickel and dime me that I don't like. And now the final time that I can finally get my PS5 the way I want, you telling me the 6 is out? Man, look.
Nah, he's not sweating. I'm saying that the PS6, I don't think that there's going to be a mid-generation refresh. I don't think there's going to be a PS5 Pro. By the time they're in a position to be able to make a PS5 Pro, in my opinion, this is my opinion, it's just going to be time to gear towards the PS6, right? And it's if there was going to be a PS5 Pro, for that to work, at least the way it's worked in the past, right? They would need to be thinking about putting that out next year, 2023, right? That's about the timeline that it's always been for a mid-generation refresh.
This is not normal times. Look at the people in our stream right now. Lady A, Keisha, Shadowfire. They have left consoles to go to the PC. Sony is in a shrinking pool, which is why they made the decision that they're going to start making games on the PC. They know where they are. They don't want to be Toys R Us. Toys R Us didn't want to move online. That brick and mortar is all but gone. These are lessons. And so now you've got to motivate me to come back. What's going to get Keisha to take her PlayStation out of the closet? And then wait, she can't even take it out of the closet because all the new games are only going to be on PS5.
Yeah, it's her Xbox that's in the closet.
No, she said both.
Oh, okay. I'm just messing. Yeah, again, not a tech guy, so I really don't have a leg to stand on.
I'm talking about things that have happened. I said in the comments, there was a time when you saw Lady A on, you could bet she was on PlayStation. That's not the prevailing wisdom right now. Keisha, Shadowfire, they were on Xbox. Where are they now? PC.
I mean,
so
I don't know. You'd have to ask. I mean, I'm sure they have their reasons, which are outside of my current understanding for why they all decided to. Thank you, Lady A. Thank you. For why they all decided to move from console to PC, and I'm not going to pretend to know that, as we have not spoken directly.
What are you talking about? You just said it. You're for yourself. Where do you play racing games? You said
no. That's me. Yeah, that's me. I will not pretend. I keep telling you this. I am not going to pretend to speak on things that I do not know. They have not told me why they have moved to PC. You know, it could be a convenience thing. It can be that they feel disrespected by the consoles and the way everything got handled this generation. I have no idea. So, I mean, yeah, I could guess, and I could probably come close in that guess, but they're right here. You know, they can say for themselves why they decided to move over or what have you. But I mean, and again, my opinion is by the time Sony can regularly push out consoles, it is my opinion. Look, me, Falchion, right? The person who has to have every console, every iteration of every console ever made since the 1970s. If they come out with a PS5 Pro a couple of years before it's time for the PS6, I'm not going to get it. Why? It's too late. It's too late. Now, you could say that that's an easy thing for me to say, as I already have a PS5. But if you look at my personality, who I am to my core, that it's not an easy thing, right? To think that I would be missing out on a console when for my whole life I've always wanted the next one, right? I've always had to have the next one. I mean, you may doubt it. Tandy 1000, right, Hori? Hori was there at my house, 6 o'clock in the morning, waiting for the bus, and a little bit of gaming before we had to go to school. You know what I mean? Like, so, I mean, for me to say that it's too late, I feel like it would be the prevailing thought, right? But again, just my opinion. I mean, I could be absolutely wrong. You from a technical side are saying that I'm wrong, and I imagine you from a gamer side, you're saying that I'm wrong as well, because and you have a unique perspective on it in that you don't have a PS5 at this point. So if you're saying that a PS5 Pro comes out and then 2 years later the PS6 comes out, I mean, to me, so if you're saying a PS5 Pro comes out, you get it, and then 2 years later a PS6 comes out, and you're not going to be mad about that? Like, I would be feeling, why bring out the PS5 Pro? And again,
If
that's
in 2 years that came out, it would madden me. It would make me so mad that if they had already started putting games on PC, why would I even look back at the console? There's less motivation for me to do that. I'm saying to you that because they are so far behind, they're going to change the game, drag it out, because they want to recoup their R&D cost. They put a lot of money into building this machine that they can't sell. That's gotta hurt them. And now that there will be more options, meaning that I can get a good majority of games, 50% if you said, not majority, but half the games on PC. What's my motivation to even bother with another console when I can upgrade my PC? That money that I would spend on a console, I can spend on a new graphics card, a new processor. I can upgrade. I have a direct upgrade path incrementally.
Well, by that logic, what's your motivation now?
The game right now, the games are not on PC.
But
so
you
if
know
I
they're
want
coming.
those PlayStation AAA single player games that I love, God, I said that in front of J-Law, that I love on PlayStation, I want it where it's at. Remember my initial statement, you and I for years have talked about, I don't want to walk into GameStop and be relegated to one wall.
So right now, you know, Sony has said it. This isn't speculation. This isn't some kind of crazy leak. Sony has said by 2025, we want at least half of our titles to be on PC. Our first party titles to be on PC. Why not just wait?
Half. So there's going to be another 50% that are still on the console because they want to sell that console. If they don't give me a reason to get that console, if there's not an experience that I can't get, why would I do it?
So then, by that same logic, whenever they release the PS6, you're all about it.
No.
Because you don't want to be at that wall.
You've already gave me doubt. Now Sony's got to prove it to me. Why am I buying this? After this whole fiasco that we went through, you gave me no alternative.
Because you don't want to walk in this GameStop and be relegated to a wall.
There are some consoles, Falchion, that I didn't get. What was that? That Nintendo 3D? Never got it. And then it went out. You had it, but they made me question. And then it didn't stay around. I never got what was the name of the Steam machine? I never got a Steam machine. There were too many SKUs, no. Look,
That was confusing. That was really
that went away. I had an Atari 2600. I didn't buy the 5200.
You at least got the 7800, right?
Yeah, I did. I got bit once. Okay. You had to bring that up, but don't tell nobody. So for the most part, I try to stay away from those questionable consoles. And now, because of this fiasco, and you haven't given me an alternative, like I said, Microsoft gave me a Series S. That's what I have. Because I can turn my camera right now, and just like Keisha, where's my Xbox One and where's my PS4? They are literally in those boxes. Above it, you can see my the Kinect. They are in those boxes. So, but look, there's no PS5 box. So if you make me go and you come up with a new console too close to the console that I can finally get, you get on my list. This is a family show, so I'm gonna censor myself. You end up on my list of things that, yeah, I'm not doing. And you got to make me do it. Then you've got to come out with some exceptional game that I can't resist. You got to bring Kojima back and have him make another Metal Gear Solid. If you want me to come back to your console.
He might do that. So,
yeah. Konami was trying to talk to him.
Really?
And he was like,
yeah, I can't see him going back to them.
I don't need you. Why would I do that now?
Lady A says she loves the PC. She plays on PC because she loves the graphics.
But that's no. But that's the natural progression, Falchion. You didn't play Destiny, so you don't understand how many huge Destiny players went from console to PC because of the fidelity.
Right, Evil?
No, yeah, I moved on to PC.
I mean, I know Lady A did. I know Shadow and Keisha did. You started mainly playing it on PC. I mean, I get what how Destiny was a gateway from console to PC. But I mean, yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I relent. I'm not a tech guy, so
Lady
the
A,
technical side of things, I just really have no idea.
Lady A, my Xbox is, well, I have the Series S, but I didn't bring either one of them down here because I can play cloud. So the games that I play on my Series X, I can play cloud. And I don't know if you're aware of it, Lady A, but now they made it so that when you play cloud gaming, you don't have to have a controller anymore. They made a default keyboard mouse transition for cloud gaming.
Yeah, Jorge, there's a rumor saying that he's making some big game with Microsoft right now. But we haven't really heard anything about it, and we know for sure that he is currently working on Death Stranding 2 because Norman Reedus actually leaked it. But
guys, as I look at the time,
I was gonna say, Geek, you let it run an hour. Over.
Well, I mean, we knew the state of play was 90 minutes, so we knew we were going to be over at some point.
But
And you got me ranting about reading the tea leaves. So
Yeah. But yeah, like I said, guys, next week, 1 p.m. Eastern, we're going to be watching the Xbox showcase and talking about that. We're going to be watching that live. So hopefully you guys come hang out, bring some popcorn because I wish I had some right now. I'm flipping starving. Um, and it should be a good time. I'm eager to learn what Xbox has going on specifically for the rest of this year. We know that like 2 of their biggest games got pushed back to next year, and we know that a couple of people are leaving Game Pass because they feel like if they can't have AAA first party titles, then why have it? I don't understand that way of thinking, but yeah, Twitter. So, but that
I
I'm
don't
looking
know.
forward to that. What was that?
I was like, I don't know. You know, I forget the numbers of how many millions that Microsoft made on Game Pass. And it seems like a very small faction of people that even want to leave.
No, it was like 3 people. It was literally like 3 people, and then Kotaku wrote this big article about it.
Right.
Like, nobody's leaving, and even the people that said that they were leaving and said it's just a temporary thing until new games come out. So it was a ridiculous thing, but it literally was like 3 people that said it. So
And
And
there
it
was
was said the week a AAA game was released on the pass as well.
that they're getting it back. So, and yeah, like what is it? Sniper Elite 5
Yeah.
just released, so AAA title on Game Pass. So very cool game actually, and the things that you can do with it now are kind of crazy. If maybe gonna be kind of annoying just knowing that somebody could come in and ruin your single player game.
just so I can trigger Falchion.
Oh my god.
So you already know what's coming. I
who
watched
is probably-
Marlon play
yes.
Sniper Elite yesterday.
Yeah.
He took himself out. Oh man. So
Yeah, Hori. I know. I mean, it's just kind of weird that they made a game. They made a game that seemed really centered around having people troll you or allowing you to troll people in a time when people are really easily offended by that kind of thing. I mean,
Well-
it's probably a pretty interesting feature.
I've got to admit I've done it, but the funniest thing I think I've had on the new Sniper Elite was getting a message when I was playing multiplayer saying that I was a camping bleep. Like, is this not the point of the game?
In a sniping
And
game.
and what really gets me is that mode where you can infiltrate somebody else's game. The game will light you up like a damn Christmas tree if you stay in the same spot for too long.
Oh
It'll stop you
yeah, I
from
heard
camping.
about that. I heard about you. That even
It's
the
a
game doesn't allow
sniping
you
game.
to be a sniper, do the things that a sniper does. But the game is really fun. Don't get me wrong. I really enjoy the game. So yeah, and it's free with your Game Pass subscription. So I don't know why Geek hasn't played it, except for he probably has PTSD about getting sniped for taking bombs in houses and crap. But
he just had to find a way to work that in.
that's right. Listen to Falchion.
And is there a reason why your hat is only saying PS5 as if that same hat can't say Xbox?
Because today was all about the PS5 or PlayStation Showcase. Next week it'll say Xbox. Week after that, I probably won't be wearing it.
You know, he's on Borderless Gaming promoting one console.
Hey, today it's all about the PS.
It's never all about the PS.
Right, J-Law? What's today all about? He probably fell asleep.
He's got
But
PS5
yeah,
on
wow.
his hat because he didn't get that Xbox sticker back in 2013.
That's probably the reason. I'm still waiting for you to actually send me yours because I know you didn't use it. But yeah, guys. Unless you guys have anything else that you want to talk about, I'm gonna take that as a no.
No.
I've went on a rant long enough, so I'm gonna bow out here.
Yeah. So thank you guys for watching. Really appreciate it. I almost called her by her real name, and that probably wouldn't have been cool. Molo, thank you for hanging out with us, and it was really cool talking to you. I feel like I haven't talked to you forever. It's only been like 2 months or something, maybe even a month. But and Lady A, thank you for showing up. Haven't seen you in a minute either. I'm sure you're out there doing your Destiny thing. But again, guys, if you guys have nothing else, Geek, where can the people find you?
I was looking it up right then. It's Geekmaster NYC on the Xbox.
I couldn't find it for a second. I was like, where is it?
It's on PlayStation, Twitch, Steam, and Discord. It's just Geekmaster without the vowels. And on Uplay, it's Geekmaster NYC. And here on Borderless Gaming, and I don't even know if I want to name that other place, Kimberly. If she's still watching. She's gonna pretend like she was cooking and she didn't hear me say anything. Yeah. So Evil, where can the people find you?
Bye, Tweety. Thanks for hanging out. Later, Hori.
Later,
You
Hori.
can find me on Discord, Xbox, Twitch, YouTube, Steam. I think that's everything. It's Evil Scotsman, swapping out the O and the I for a 0 and a 1. And you can find me on TweetyPie94 stream when she gets her backside in gear and gets back streaming again.
Hey, she's all about that bass. No treble. Plank, where can they find you? Plank. No. As far as Planks goes, you can find him on Twitch as Plank GJE. On Steam, he's PJ Danger. On Discord, he's just Plank. On Instagram, he has so many places. He's just way too easy to find. He's Plank909. On Pokemon Go, he is 591431580040. She said, sorry, definitely all about the Yes. Yes. Oh my goodness. That was great. And as for me, I am Falchion757 on PlayStation, Twitch, and Steam. On the Xbox, I'm Falchion GSA. And on YouTube, it's right here where you are right now at Borderless Gaming GSA. So, yeah, don't forget, come hang out with us next week. It should be another fun one. And at least this time, with the next one, you know that you'll also be getting a lot of PC games as well because everything is interchangeable over there. So, for Evil and Geek, this has been Falchion, and you know me, I'm Ghost. 2 fingers is peace. Later.
Episode 54 is in the can.
Nothing evil, huh? Nothing.